Well, good morning, everybody. Down here at Kentucky Lake today, in particular Panther Creek, Dry Fork, Blue Springs, right over there. Let's walk down there and look for a moment. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So far, it doesn't look like there's anybody else down here, I hope. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes and unload the kayak and decide whether I'm going to pitch a tent, hang a hammock. Not sure yet. Let me get you a little better look at the water. This is a nice place. I've been down here before. I'm not sure right offhand which video it was. But as you guys can probably tell, the water's down. I think they had anticipation of all that rain we had last week. A little bit more over the weekend. So as you can see, the water's way down. But it's still pretty clear. Straight across over there. Oh man, I'm stirring the birds up. Right straight across over there is Panther Creek. And back up this way, Dry Fork. Where I'm walking, it's pretty soft, so the water is going down pretty quick. I have contemplated camping down here on the bank. Probably not tonight. Let me get back up the way there and get the kayak off the top of the car. Right around that corner there and out about, I think it's about a mile, is Boswell's Landing. Thanks for coming along today, everybody. Hope you stick around. We're going to do a little fishing. We'll cast a lure or two out. And probably drowned another worm or two. I've been known to do things a little bit different. I've been down here a couple hours, and this is kind of what I came up with. Used the kayak rack for what it is, a rack, a couple of straps. It's a nice little hickory tree. And believe you me, folks, this ground ain't easy to drive no stake in. I don't know how long it's been being packed here. I still got to clean some of that mess up. Yeah, I've still got a letter making machine from the paint shop. Anyhow, back to the swing here. It looks like I'm stretched pretty tight, and I am, but it actually swings down nice and low. I got the right sag going on there. Wasn't sure whether this would work out well or not, but we're going to try it. So far it does pretty good. It's kind of bouncy. I believe I'm just going to hang out here a little bit and finish straightening up camp. Actually get me a bite to eat. I don't know, 1 o'clock. I walked down to the water, talked to that gentleman for a couple minutes. He's just out relaxing, having a good time this afternoon, trying to fish a wee bit. I brought mine over here in the shade. I'm going to sit down over here and have me a good slug of tea in the shade. A little breeze coming on my back right now. I think probably 75 degrees, on the way down to 50 tonight. And we'll see about that. Not Dr. Pepper. Green tea. Oh, nice and cold. I wanted to show you guys a couple of things that I brought with me. Just before I have me a pipe. Yeah, fresh pouch of half and half. First thing Donna brought it home, and she thought it was more of a survival thing. But fellas, I see it more as a pipe lighter. I can get up there, get you a little close shot. Only name it's got on it is Sparks. It's a jet lighter. Seems to work pretty good. Small knife, small blade, not very sharp, but good enough to dig out a pipe bowl with. Bottle opener, don't find that handy much anymore, but you know what? Tamp your pipe with it. And if you need to really get in there and screw on that rascal, you got a little corkscrew. I thought it was pretty cool. I forget what she said, I think about $6, Wally Whirl. And believe it or not, it is not much heavier than those other jet lighters I had. The other piece is I lost my little folding knife. I had a Browning 2.5-inch blade, belt clip. Put the backpack on, and I suppose the belt clip let it go. So I asked the boy the other night when we was over at his house if he had any folding knives that he wasn't using, didn't need. He gave me this one. Some of you guys may recognize it. Gerber folding covert folder. Let me read that again. Make sure I get it right. Covert folder. I don't know much more about the knife. I really don't. I haven't studied anything on it. Didn't even look it up. The one thing that I did do was put an edge on it that you can use, because I think Mama Kay tried to sharpen it with a file. It's okay. It's got the double lock on it. Got the top trigger, pushes down. That one, standard style locking setup there, push out of the way. I don't know. It's a little heavy, but I'm going to give it a try. We'll see how that goes. Talking to that fellow in the boat there, there comes another pair in a boat. He's been fishing around down here most of the day and hasn't caught anything at all. For one thing, he had done a little more research than I did, and the lake level over the last 5 days has dropped 4 feet. And the temperature went from 84 degrees surface temp to 77 degrees surface temp. Fishing may be just kind of out of the question. I'm going to have to go out there and try anyway. I brought some worms, right? And I got some lures. We'll just see how it goes. Never know. I might get out there and find that channel out in the middle and catch a crappie or two. If I do, I'm going to eat them. Don't bring in no more than I'm going to eat, though. Not going to ice them and take them home. Don't have any ice. All right, folks, stick around. We'll see what happens here in a little bit. I have no idea. Maybe 2 o'clock. Just going to hang out for a little bit. Watch these guys out here and see if they catch anything, maybe. Yeah, even if I'm not gonna put the yak in the water just yet, let it come down here and wet a line. Let's see what's up. Kind of try to avoid showing stuff like that. There was a couple came down earlier. I think a mom and her son. Nice boats. And they were telling me a tale about some people that were living down here for over a month. Well, I don't understand it. Oh well, I'm going to cast out here a few times and see if I can catch something. And that's why they call it fishing, not catching. Got a few nibbles, fed a couple of bluegills. I'll try a little later on this evening. Still kind of warm. I say it's close to 80. I'm going to hang out here in the shade for a little bit. Join me. You can hear I got a little owl buddy back up there on top of that hill. Kind of just thought this would be a nice afternoon to do just what I'm doing right now. Nothing. sit here and listen to him hoot. There's been a couple of boats up and down. Nobody's catching anything. I'll probably wait till in the morning, first thing. See if I can find a hungry spot of fish out there somewhere. Hope I can find that channel. About 2/3 of the way to that bank over there is the Blue Springs, I guess it would be, Dry Fork channel. I guess you could consider this lake an old lake now, couldn't you? Been here a pretty good while. Still some good sized fish caught out of here though. At the right time, you know. Temperature dropping from the rainfall and water level dropping from opening up the dams. You're just going to have to be in the right spot at the right time. Maybe out on the river, you know, but I'm not going out on the river. That's a little over a mile, about 1.25 miles from where you put in right down here to where you feed out up there at Boswell's Landing. If you guys are Google Earthing me, I think I said earlier, this is the end of 231. So far, the new lighter works good. Yeah, I guess you can see there a nice little breeze this afternoon. It's 24 degrees Celsius. Pretty warm. I was down there in the sun, it was a bit warmer there. Feels good right here in the shade. I don't know whether he caught anything or not, but he was leaving out. I seem to have found my spot this afternoon, didn't I? I believe it's going to be a little cooler than 50 down here tonight. I believe we're going to see high 40s, especially if it stays breezy like that. Wind shifted around a couple of times out there on the water, but I think it's mostly coming from the northwest. I love to listen to that. Nothing much but the wind coming through the trees. Been pretty quiet down here. You'll probably hear in the background down there is a young man come down here. He's going to put out some lines tonight. He wasn't real sure about the YouTube thing, and I don't blame him. Come upon a little scruffy thing like me out in the woods. Hard to say, huh? But he's going to be back in the morning about 4:30. About the time I'll be getting up probably. And when he gets back, I'll try to talk him into showing us his catch for tonight. Seeing how I've been down here and ain't been able to catch nothing but a stick. He fishes for catfish and buffalo. Big bad bass boat taking off. This squirrel don't care. I'm not sure what he's digging up down there, but he's been eating pretty regular. You guys see that? Trying to move over a little. Trying not to scare him. Because he was headed in the right direction. I lost him up there in the trees. I knew I got a little whiff of skunk just a little while ago. for today, that's about all the sunset we're going to get. This spot here doesn't have a good sunset. Not unless you're out there where that gentleman is. Dropping line out there now. It's been mighty peaceful down here today. I don't know, I'm guessing maybe 7 o'clock, 7:30. I've been messing around with little jitterbug thing there. No strikes. I don't know. It's just that time of year. Beautiful clouds, huh? Yeah, it's a brisk 58 degrees already. Yeah. 7:30, 8, 8 o'clock. I don't know. I'm going to get me a little bit of a fire going here. Just knock chill off. You know, the bugs are not bad at all. You get out by the water, there's a few gnats, but I haven't been mosquito bit all day. That's kind of a miracle. Seems like I guess we were supposed to be in for a pretty heavy bug season this year. So far, it hasn't been so bad. Take 2. Take 3. Kind of done that to show you that doesn't always happen the first time, every time. Nice when it does, but you got to tear them cotton balls open. Trying to light that Vaseline, you're wasting your time. That'd be kind of a light dinner tonight. Kind of out of the can, into the man sort of thing. Got some vahinis and some crackers. Jelly beans for dessert. Probably have another little snack before I go to sleep. Right, peaceful day, don't you think? A little bit of fire actually feels pretty good here at 58 degrees. 58. I think that's 16 Celsius for you guys. I didn't really have a clue that the lake was going to be doing what it is. Excuse me. I knew all that rain that we had would affect it some way or other, but I didn't know they were going to be dropping it like this. I guess we were expecting more rain off of Harvey than we actually got, huh? All you folks down there in Florida, you better hang on. Looks like it's going to be kind of rough, especially for the Keys. And I forgot all about it being Labor Day over the weekend. I hope everybody had a happy and safe one. Just kind of hung out. Went out to the hideout last year for Labor Day. But I don't know, this year just kind of felt like staying at the house sort of thing. This right here is pretty nice. Yeah, hopefully I'll get up early enough to catch a sunset. A young man sitting lying down here tonight, he came out of the water and left just a little while ago. He'll be back down here about 4:30, so I'll have at least an alarm clock at some point in time. It has been quiet down here before, and over on the far point over there where I'll go tomorrow, there's a road access on that side also. There's no kind of ramp to launch a boat down there or anything, but you can drive down pretty close to the water if you got a pickup truck. I don't have enough ground clearance. But I have been here nice and quiet, just kind of like what you hear right now. and then some of the loudest country music you'd ever want to listen to. I don't particularly like country. I don't dislike it, but don't like it. I don't look for the morning to bring any difference in the fishing. Don't believe it will at all. But that's all right. Down here I need to get some exercise anyway. If I do this thing right tomorrow, I want to go all the way out to the main channel. And plus around in here. More for exercise than fishing now, for sure. I want to try to make a trip. I don't know if anybody's going to go with me or not, but again, if you look at Google Earth, if you find Dover Road, 49, Paris Landing, there's a bridge there, and I'd like to go all the way up Kentucky Lake to the Fenton. There's a bridge at Fenton, Kentucky. If I measured it right, it's about 38 miles, give or take. 5 days, maybe? What do you guys think? Ugh, a little smoke off that bark. Let's see if I can pull that one off. May take me a little bit to get the cash together, but I believe I can get everything in that kayak that I need for the trip. Tie a little bit on deck, maybe. Then again, I could borrow a kayak and tow it behind me, couldn't I? More green tea. Good stuff. Tonight, I'd say one of the cooler nights so far this summer. It was 50-something the last time I was out. It's pretty chilly down here at 48 in the morning. Might be a little cooler here at the water. I'll say a special thanks for subscribers tonight. I'm coming up on 500 here pretty soon. Wow, that's about all I can say. It's hard to believe. I'm glad you guys enjoy watching the videos that I put out, and I'll continue to do so, as long as there's anybody watching. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight this one's for you. Thank you very much. Oh yes, more lightning fire there. Don't need a whole lot of fire. Just enough to kind of keep the... Well, there was a few gnats up here. They more or less disappeared. I'm not going to stay up too late and tend to fire tonight. I'll sit here for a while though. Let's just hope we have a nice peaceful night and a good day of fishing. Maybe a good day of paddling around. I brought the Mach 2 version of that sail with me. Done a little work on it. Put some battens in it. Help it hold its shape a little bit more. Put a little deeper cut in the top. If I can get it to fill up with air tomorrow, you guys will see. Not sure what the wind's supposed to do. I'll keep a camera handy tonight, Just in case, you never know. I've heard coyotes down here before. That skunk earlier, I'm glad he went on up the hill. Didn't come over here. Maybe he won't come back. Don't you just love that sound? I'm going to watch my pan fire just a little bit more and leave all crawl in the hammock and stretch out. Thanks for joining me. See you guys in the morning. There was no way I was going to miss this. Beautiful. Just beautiful. I wish I could get a shot straight up overhead of the stars, but this camera won't do that. Glad I didn't miss that one. Folks, I had to bring you back for this one. It's not all that late. I've been laying here for a little while. Kind of dozing off. I heard something scratching in the rocks back over there that way. Kept getting closer and closer. It brushed under my tarp, brushed under the hammock, and when I looked out that way towards my kayak, all I could see was the ass end of a skunk. I made that little girl noise again, but I laid still. And he walked right under my kayak and right off back down to the lake. I hope he stays there. I'm gonna lay back down. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke a pipe first, I think. Well, I know it's about 4:30 in the morning. The young gentleman who put out lines yesterday, I'm not gonna get out of the hammock just yet. He's putting back in. I'll get back to you guys when it actually gets a little light out. I know you can't see anything. It's still dark. But this is one thing you can't get upset about down here at the lake. That's partly how this gentleman makes a living. I think it's pretty cool. Good morning, everybody. Well, outside of my little skunk buddy and a couple of hoot owls, coyotes once. I couldn't get the camera out for them. They were coming and gone. And if it'll focus in this morning, let's see. Ooh, yeah, bright. 46 degrees, about 8 Celsius. Didn't have no unwanted visitors last night. Place is pretty quiet. This gentleman down here let me know yesterday that he was coming back, so I was awake anyway. Didn't make much difference. I don't know, she's gonna be foggy this morning. Cool temp. Mighty tempting just to stay in the hammock for a while. But I'm hungry. I'll have to fix me something to eat. I think today's kayak's going to be exercise. I'm going to fish a little, but I'm not looking to catch much. There's them squirrels over there banging around. I don't know, fella might catch fish this morning. Hard to say. Doesn't appear that the water went down anymore last night. Don't want to disturb this gentleman this morning. sitting down there waiting on breakfast himself. Thought I'd have me a morning pipe before I get to eating. A little bit of a breeze coming in, and all it's doing is bringing the fog in a little more. I can't hardly see the water down there now, it's so thick. Feels like it's going to be the start of a good day, though. It's supposed to be about 75 today. That'd be nice. If this keeps up, it won't be too much longer. It'll be down in the 30s at night. I thought we were in for a long, hot summer, but it seems like not so much this year. I don't know whether it's leading up to a nasty winter or not. I got a few birds stirring. Squirrels still dropping nuts everywhere. I haven't seen a deer down here. I don't think I've ever seen a deer at this spot here. Awful nice though, isn't it? Well, I'm not like some folks. Wake up and just lay around in the hammock all morning. I got to get up and move around. But then again, you know, I'm not as pretty as Jonah and Tam, so it takes me a while to get going. Speaking of getting going, let me see if I can get a little poof of fire going here. Warm up some water for some hash browns this morning. I don't know if this biofuel is not known for lighting well when it's cool. I may have to take a lighter to it. Yeah, I'm going to have to throw the lighter fire on it. I like cooking on this biofuel though, better than sterno. It's hotter. Don't take too long to get some water going. Got a fresh raptor egg. Pre-cooked bacon. It's okay. Tastes pretty good. We'll see how everything comes together this morning. This bacon don't need any cooking. But I'm going to throw it in there. Get it good and hot. Use a little of the grease to make my egg cook up a little better. I don't know how healthy this stuff is for you, but yeah, let's just go ahead and eat the whole rack. It tastes good. Goes good with scrambled eggs. Won't be long. Hash brown's not browning up real good. So we'll just throw an egg there in the middle of them and see what happens. And there we go, folks. One breakfast skillet deluxe. Now y'all go away for a few minutes while I eat. Thought I'd roll out a little bit and check out my new camera mount. Swap ends with the paddle first. I can't get my balance this morning. First thing I want to do is go right over here to this piece of wood sticking up out of the water and maybe retrieve a lure that I left there last night. I have no idea if it'll be there or not. Got quite a few boats in and out. Let's see. I was hoping there was a big bass laying out here by it last night. Oh, there's my lure. Laying in there snug as a bug. Oh, just in time. The young man's been out fishing since early this morning. Just came back in. And I believe it's okay if I go over and check out his catch this morning. Let you guys watch him ramp up whilst I take the wake. It looks like my cushion affair is going to do good, and so far I ain't got no complaints. Well, there went the fishing here. Let me get over there on the bank. Folks, this is Mike. He's down here. He's the gentleman that stayed out all night. No, he didn't. He went home. He come out here and dropped some lines. But he was kind enough to let me stick the camera over in the fish hole so you guys can get a real good idea of what he got out there. Good looking fish. I'm tempted to reach over in there and steal one. Mike, thank you much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I know you're a busy man. You got to go.
Thank you.
Nice rig you got there, man.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll see you down here again sometime, brother.
I hope I get to fish tonight, but I don't know if I'll come here or not. I'll maybe go on down the lake.
Well, I'll be here.
Till Friday, huh?
Yeah, probably Friday sometime.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I believe I'm gonna walk on back down to the yak and get busy. Now the young man's on his way out. I'm gonna come back down here, adjust my seat just a little bit, and head out for a few minutes. Why don't you guys come with me? I fished right along here before in the kayak. I didn't film it. In fact, I wasn't even making movies then. I don't remember exactly how far it is out to this point up here, but I wanted to make that pilgrimage to see about a camping site. Now there's a campground right across from it, but I really didn't want to stay at a campground, you know. I wanted to get out here, not so much rough it, but not so much be around other people either. No, he's just circling right in on me this morning. Hello there, buddy. I'm gonna follow him out to the channel. Lots of opportunities to camp down here, for sure. Just seeing how close I can get to him before he takes off. A pair of crows out there this morning too. I heard several of them earlier. That's the main channel of Kentucky Lake. Sure is pretty out here this morning. This is one of them spots you got to deal with the bass boat, boys. There he goes. Thank you, buddy. You're in my movie. Yeah, you got to watch the bass boats around here. They absolutely do not care. But the fishing being the way it is, may not have to deal with too many of them. Everybody that came down this way fishing yesterday left back out pretty quick. Right in this little spot here was one of the places I thought about. Got the old herrings coming out from everywhere this morning. It's hard to tell, you know. They've dropped the water so drastically. You have to camp back up under the trees there in case they raised it. Nah, it don't come up that quick. And we ease on out towards the channel. You can see that little spit of land out there right in front of me. That point over there is not a bad looking spot. But I believe this is 5 or 6 miles from Paris Landing. And this is the spot over here that I was wanting to investigate. It looked real good on the map. And with the water down like it is, it's really good. All kinds of spots. Just now spotted 3 more. This blue herring sitting over here. I see squirrels up in there walking around. Let's see what it looks like. You sure see the steps over here where the water level's been, can't you? I think I'm going to ease on up on the bank for a minute. All these little water doggies everywhere. About 2 feet of water. I think this will be a real nice spot. Pitch for the night. Unfortunately, it's right across from that campground. And that would be a downwind situation. I don't know why this saddens me. Should have grown to expect it by now. Oh well. Nice spot to stop and spend the night. Could be wrong, but I believe that's a piece of a boat. I don't have to come back up in here. I can stay out on the shoreline. Saw some deer tracks. They come in and out down here. I think this will do for a night's camp. What is the problem anyway? I guess I did turn out to be like my dad. He never had excess. You only need what you can use most of the time. But he was always accountable for everything he had. Same with me. I don't just go away and lose something that I just bought yesterday and not think anything about it. Because we can go to the store and get another one, can't we? Okay, that's enough about that. I think that's about a mile worth of paddling. I stowed my fishing gear. Put it away. I don't think I'm going to need it. Instead of fishing, I'm going to get in the front hatch there and dig out my sail. And get back out here and see if there's a little bit of wind. Looks like there is. Those 2 little coves over there on the far side look worth exploring. If the wind's right, it might pull me over there. Let me get her out and rig it up and we'll see. Yeah, I got my sail rigged on. Still got to get the spaghetti straightened out once I get out there. Wind's picked up just a little bit. I'm going to row out that way back over towards that campground over there and see if I can't pick up a little wind. I'll have to go with the life vest cam when I get out there. It's a nice spot though, don't you think? Nice to pull into in the evening after a hard day's paddle. Let's get out of here. All right, I'm out here where there's a bit of wind. I'm going over this way just a little further. I don't know how well it's going to do, but I guess we'll find out. Like I said, this is Mach 2. I still don't think I got enough wind right here to fill it out. Just don't believe it's going to do it. Well, we got a little bit of a pull going there. So far so good. The wind would pick up about another 10 mile an hour. Looks like my batten's done a little bit of good, but look at that, it's just falling. Not enough wind. Open it up a little bit more maybe. All these boys going back in here. Should just put up a sign telling them no fish available. That's all right. Get ready to ride his wake here in a minute. Well, maybe if I can hold it just right, I can get a little surf going here. You think? Here comes the bigger ones. Never surfed a kayak before. I've never surfed a surfboard before. I went out one time, got my head drove into the bottom, and I was through surfing. A couple of little buddies just come to hang out. Well, folks, I'm going to show you this. I've just been kind of hanging around. Laying up in the hammock, not doing anything, resting. Felt good. Just going to come back down here in just a little bit, go out in the kayak again. These people just come down and informed me that they're camping there. Too late, because their camper's on the way. Looks like I'm going to cut my trip short. There's some things you just can't do to somebody that's got a little problem with PTSD. I just brought the kayak back up from the water. And when you start off on the wrong foot, things are going to just get worse from there. This is why I didn't want to renew my permit down here. This seems to continuously happen to me. Every time I come down, land between the lakes. This time I'm going to say something. Not to these clowns. No need. I hope the camera's not shaking too bad. I'm going to take one last walk. For anybody that's interested, no, I haven't calmed down a bit. Have I kept my mouth shut? Yes, I did. Seems that the female of the bunch thinks I'm a nasty looking old SOB and an MFer. And I'll leave you guys to fill in the blanks. I am going to stop by the office on the way out. I'm not going to complain about these people. There ain't no need in that, because they're going to tell you, well, you know, it's dispersed camping. And they've got the right to pretty much come down there and camp if they want to, which is true. Can't argue the point. Not at all. I'd really love to, but I can't. I'm trying to walk off just a little bit before I head back up there and get in my car to drive, because right now I'm not really in any shape to do that. And they've got a big old dog up there too that has been looking at me rather dirtily like, and I don't like that. So I hope I can get out of here with nothing else said. You know, I was looking for a good time. Had one last night. A little skunk added to the adventure quite nicely. You guys just please forgive the camera shaking. This is a beautiful place. I won't be coming back here to camp. This has ruined me from this spot for sure. And I've got two others that I won't go back to either. So if they'll give me my money back on my $30 a year pass, we'll call it even. You know, I've just got to say this. A lot of people look at me and take me the wrong way. It wouldn't have been that many years ago, I'd have packed up and left just like I'm doing now. but I'd have been back with about 30 of my buddies. There would have been no peace in this hollow tonight. I can assure you that. I'm not going to go on about this rant thing. You can hear the generator running up there, and I can't stand that no more, folks. I really appreciate you coming with me. I hope you enjoyed what we done out on the water today. I did. It wasn't long enough, but these things happen, obviously. Appreciate each and every one of my subscribers, too. Thank you, guys. So until next time, Land Between the Lakes. I'm not sure about a big adventure down here no more.